Today we're going to be checking out Godzilla Minus One in 4K Dolby Vision on my Zidoo Z20 Pro in my dedicated home theater. I'll be going over the audio, the bass, and the Dolby Vision. And after you finish watching this video, I want to know your thoughts on the movie down in the comments. Let's review. For this review, I'll be using 11 Arendal speakers in a 7.2.4 configuration, 5 1723S monitors for LCR and rear surrounds, 2 1961 monitors for side surrounds, 2 1961 bookshelf, and 2 1961 height speakers for ATMOS height effects. For LFE, I'm using 2 Starke Sound SW15 sealed subwoofers in a stack configuration. Processing the audio is an Emotiva RMC1 with Emotiva and Starke Sound amplifiers powering the speakers. And for visuals, I'll be using an Epson LS12000B 4K projector. Alright, I got just 2 words to sum up the ATMOS mix on this 4K Blu-ray with emphasis on the height channels. Oh snap! This is by far the most powerful, loudest, immersive, atmospheric, dynamic, in-your-face, fear-inducing ATMOS mix that I have ever heard on any 4K Blu-ray or Kaleidoscape. Hands down, and it's not even close. Get ready to duck and cover, because the ATMOS mix on Godzilla Minus One is a full-throttle demo-worthy reference audio extravaganza. If you're one of the ones who's been complaining over the years that the ATMOS mixes have been underwhelming with little to no action up top, then you'd better buy this 4K Blu-ray as soon as it becomes available in the US, because Godzilla Minus One is going to make up for that and then some. United States ATMOS mixes? Take note, because this is how it's done. Godzilla Minus One is extremely story-driven and spends a lot of time getting you invested in the characters and building up their backstory. This is primarily a dialogue-heavy movie, but with some epic action sequences throughout. While I'd say this movie is 60% dialogue-heavy, the other 40% is 100% action-packed with massive action sequences and atomic breath explosions. This movie does not waste any opportunities in creating an insanely active and bombastic ATMOS mix. The first time Godzilla shows up in the beginning of the movie, he sets the tone for how loud and dynamic the movie will be anytime he makes an appearance on screen. And for the rest of the movie, anytime Godzilla shows up, he's going to send your speakers into complete mayhem. What I really love about the 4K transfer is how the ATMOS mix makes you really feel the weight and presence of Godzilla. I saw this movie during its theatrical run at my local theater, and it didn't sound nearly as good as it does on 4K Blu-ray. The foot stomps, the roars, the atomic breath, the explosions, airplane flyovers are all on full display, with the highlight of this movie being in the high channels. Godzilla's roars are truly frightening with this mix. Prepare for a Dolby Atmos experience that transcends the confines of your theater, stretching several feet beyond your walls in every direction, north to south and east to west, expanding the soundstage to unprecedented levels of depth and dimension, fully immersing you in Tokyo's post-war Japan. But we gotta talk about the bass in Godzilla Minus One. The bass is just as equally impressive. It's guttural, tight, visceral, bombastic, chaotic, and violent. Basically, any adjective that you can think of to describe top-tier perfection of bass, it's that. The bass in Minus One absolutely slams on this mix. If your setup is equipped with multiple subwoofers, brace yourself for an explosively immersive auditory experience that pulsates with dynamic force and violence. And when paired with the expansive dynamic range Godzilla Minus One provides to the rest of your bed layer and height speakers, the bass in Godzilla Minus One delivers a cohesive and seamlessly integrated Atmos track that will leave you speechless and in awe of its sonic mastery. The Atmos mix on Godzilla Minus One is so loud and dynamic, there was even a few times where I thought I might have to turn the volume down. Nah. And through all of the audio mayhem, the dialogue is always crystal clear and intelligible. I wouldn't say it's as crispy as Dune Part 2, but it's close. I don't see any other 4K transfer beating Godzilla Minus One's Atmos mix this year, or ever. So the audio in Minus One is in-game. But what about the visuals? Enjoying this review and want to see more content just like this, as well as other product reviews and epic home theater tours? Then subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss a single upload. For behind the scenes and extra content that you won't find on YouTube, head over to my Patreon page and consider becoming a patron. The video is in Dolby Vision and it's beautiful. Not a single blemish on this transfer. Godzilla's atomic breath is vibrant and colorful with a healthy amount of saturation. The atomic breath of Godzilla is depicted with amazing visuals. Every scene where Godzilla uses his atomic breath is bursting with vibrant energy as Godzilla unleashes his iconic power, illuminating the screen with intense blue beams of light that pierces through the darkness, creating a breathtaking Dolby Vision HDR spectacle that showcases the sheer force and majesty of the legendary kaiju. The HDR is just fantastic. Godzilla Minus One will captivate you with its breathtaking cinematography, showcasing sweeping shots of towering cityscapes juxtaposed with intimate human moments, creating a visually stunning narrative that immerses you in its world of epic scale and emotional depth. The depiction of Tokyo's landscape during post-war Japan is both chilling and beautiful, and the Dolby Vision transfer captures every single pixel perfectly through its beautiful cinematography. The cinematography is able to invoke emotion and empathy while Japan is at its lowest point as this new crisis emerges in the form of a giant monster reborn in the devastating power of the atomic bomb. Experiencing the cinematography of Godzilla Minus One in black and white promises to offer a uniquely chilling and immersive perspective, heightening the film's sense of dread and suspense. The monochromatic presentation is meant to evoke a deeper emotional resonance that amplifies the film's atmospheric intensity and accentuates the movie's themes of fear and survival. I'm eagerly anticipating the arrival of this iteration in the US so I can witness this transformative effect on the iconic monster narrative. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see its short theatrical run in black and white. But if you did, let me know in the comments which one you prefer. Godzilla Minus One has just set the bar for what a 4K Blu-ray transfer is capable of. I imagine with only a mind-boggling $15 million budget for Minus One, the success of the movie allowed Toho to spend more money, resources, and talent in post-production to craft the greatest ATMOS mix on 4K Blu-ray that we haven't seen or heard until now. Godzilla Minus One's ATMOS mix is what every other ATMOS mix wants to be when it grows up. I just found my new #1 reference demo disc. Sorry, Doom Part 2. The new girl next door just moved in. Her name is Godzilla Minus One. People are going to be talking about this ATMOS mix for a long time. But now it's your turn. I want to know what you guys thought of Godzilla Minus One when you saw it in theaters. And if you own the 4K version, do you think it's as epic as I do? What are your thoughts on the ATMOS audio quality? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you found this review helpful or enjoyable. And if you want to support the channel further, be sure to check out my affiliate links in the description. Don't forget to come back for more future movie reviews and home theater related content. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.